Hey everyone, it's Monday, and this is the Monday Minute Team Building Tip, where I come together with you to leave you some little tips on building strong and dynamic teams. I'm Gale Bates, CEO of MyMentorBiz.com, and I help leaders grow $1 million teams, and we do that by working on strategies and systems to help them scale and grow their business. And today I'm going to bring to you one of my favorite areas of team building, and that is what I call the 3 C's of team building. And I really, when I built my $1 million team, these 3 C's were actually the foundation on growing my team. You don't grow a $1 million team overnight. You build it, and it actually took me 3.5 years to get to the $1 million level. But I came up with these 3 C's that were the foundation of everything that I did in my business. And when I kept going back to these 3 C's, working my team and working with my team and growing my team, I found that I had huge success, and it grew exponentially along those 3.5 years. So what are the 3 C's? Okay, so the first C is communicating, okay? Having a strong communication system in place so that I was communicating with my team every day, every week, and every month. Okay, so here's the deal with this. In today's world, you can communicate every day in your team Facebook group. I just love Facebook groups. And when you have your team Facebook group, you have them all together, and you have them captured, and you're able to share positive and uplifting and messages, as well as great ideas on every day being there and communicating with them in that platform. So that's really important. Communicating weekly I suggest you send a weekly little email newsletter. In the Calendar Club team booking system, we call that the team booking news, because our business is based on bookings. It's that party plan system. And when you send the team booking news out once every week with updates and recognition on who else is booking, that communication shows the team that it's growing. You share the team goals. They see how other members of the team are participating as well. And then monthly communication is about your team meeting, where I recommend you have a live team meeting, and where people are actually getting together, eye to eye, talking to each other, hugging each other, but really building those great friendships. So it truly builds that team spirit. So having that communication system in place where you know you're going to communicate with your team daily, weekly, and monthly, you're going to see your team begin to grow as a team. So that's the first C. The second C is consistency. Be consistent in everything you do. The team depends on you. They want to know exactly what's happening. And that's where you as the leader step in, and you're consistently sharing with them, where they know they're going to have their team meeting on the 3rd Saturday of every month. They know that team training for new recruits is on the 1st Monday of every month. That's being consistent. The other way to be consistent is to share what you're doing, leading by example in your personal business, right? So if you're being consistent in holding 6 parties a month, share with them how you're doing that. If you're being consistent, which I hope you are, in sharing the business opportunity and recruiting appointments every week, they're going to be consistent. And just being consistent out and about networking and building new relationships, that consistency is what is going to show your team members how to be successful in this business. You don't want to be a haphazard leader where all of a sudden you say, oh, I think I'll do a team meeting this month. Haven't done one in a while. Okay? Nobody's going to show up, or maybe one person will show up. But if you're consistent, your team meetings on the same day and the same time every month, everyone won't book a party on that day. They'll show up for the team meeting. So making sure you're consistent and being that leader who is consistently there for them is going to know that, letting them know that you are a very strong leader. And the third C that I love to talk about is connect, okay? Connecting with your team members. And by that, I mean becoming their friends. I say, don't wait for them to connect with you. Reach out to them, okay? Reach out to them and connect with them. You know, text them, email them, instant message them on Facebook. That's great. But one of the best ways to connect with them is on the phone, okay? It's on the phone where you can say, how can I support you? Or where you can find out what's happening in their life. They're not going to mention that on a text. They might, but it won't come across as important enough as if you're talking to them on the phone, okay? So connecting with your team members. I love to know all about my team members. I love to know, I call it their story. You know, what was happening in their lives. I want to know if their little child was starting school this year, going into kindergarten. I want to know if even their mother-in-law wasn't well. I wanted to know all those details. And you cannot find that out unless you're connecting with them and reaching out and becoming their friend. And that is so important. Okay, so of course, one of the best ways to connect is what I call the golden rule, is sending out handwritten notes of appreciation. So appreciate you being part of our team. Okay, so those are the 3 C's of team building. Okay, communicate, be consistent, having that communication system in place, you being consistent as a leader, and connecting and reaching out to team members. That is the foundation of being a very strong leader and growing a very strong and dynamic team. And that is all available to you in the Calendar Club team booking system. We work on those 3 areas. It's this system that took my team to the $1 million level. Now, a couple of things I'd love you to do today. Number one, I'd love you to subscribe to my channel. I'm up to 96, I think. I've got 4 more to go and I hit the 100. Okay? I have a freebie for you today because I know many of you are going off to conference, and I have a little team building a conference handout for you. I hope you take note of that. I also did a series on that recently. You might want to go look at those on my channel, okay? And so I hope you have a great Monday and come back next Monday for the next team building tip, where I'm going to kick off a series on how to kick off your busy season and make it a huge impact for you as you go into the next 4 months of the year. Have a great Monday, everybody.